Alright, welcome back to another episode, which is a direct continuation of my previous video. As usual, we found some awesome stuff, and if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Enjoy.
Alright, while Spoon and I were playing with the spider, the big boss found something. And it is...
gone.
No, it's not gone. It is moving away, though. It is subadult... Is it a male or a female?
Female, I think.
Subadult female Tremorosaurus fucatus, which is a species I've only seen twice before.
Yeah.
Is it bitey?
I don't know, but I'd be careful. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is bitey. The species usually is.
This is the Malaysian clade. I've
Yeah.
never seen before in Thailand.
Yeah, so there's
Aggregate.
different versions of... Well, actually, this is technically Tremorosaurus sabahi now, right?
This is the Malaysian mountain form of the Sabahai aggregate.
Alright, so before there used to be Tremorosaurus sabahi, which you get in Borneo, and then there was Tremorosaurus fucatus, which were the ones you get around here. And of the fucatus, there's two varieties. One that is more common in Thailand, and then this one, but they're still considered the same species. And recently, fucatus was moved in with sabahi, so now they're all just Tremorosaurus sabahi, which is really annoying, but that's what it is. Yeah, but this is the high elevation mountain variety, which is the same as the one you get in Malaysia, which I've actually never seen before. So, in a way, this is a lifer, although it is officially the same species as a snake that I have found before. Small ones like this can be quite tricky to handle, and this one was clearly not having any of it a moment ago, so this one is snappy, and I'll try to give you guys one last better look at it, but I do think we will see more of these around here. They are supposedly quite common in areas that they do occur. So I'll just zoom in, give you guys one last look at it. They've got those beautiful bright yellow eyes, and that little banded red tail. Alright, so Rupert just found another snake.
Form,
Dendrolathus formosus. And quite an ugly one.
yeah, not much blue.
I mean, it's still a cool looking snake, but some of the ones from the lowlands are a lot nicer than this one.
It's got some nice colour here, that's for sure, in this neck area.
Oh wait, keep it like that. So you can see in between the scales there the blue defense color now. Very typical of many bronzeback species to have blue between the scales. Very nice. You want to let him go or wait for Harry?
Nah.
Yeah, let's not show Harry the snake. Quickly, he's coming, let it go.
Alright.
Alright, so we got a
climb or bring down the tree.
sleeping monitor lizard up in this tree, and we're hoping that it's a juvenile Varanus dumarelli, but far more likely is that it's Varanus salvator, although I haven't seen many salvator at high elevations. Alright, Rufus is climbing and herping.
This is a very flimsy tree, so...
Is it just salvator?
Yeah.
Aww.
Young nebulosis, no?
I don't know. I can't see.
I actually...
Salvator, boss. It is a new species for the trip. They're so pretty as juveniles. Alright, so we've just taken a few photos of it. Really love these little guys when they're so banded as juveniles. Anyway, just gonna let him go. Come on. Be free. Choop. Look at him just walking around. So we just spotted a large male Gonocephalus grandis. Rupert is whacking his way through the bushes to retrieve it. Okay, there. And we got it. Now, hurry back here so we can see it while it's still green, because once you catch them, they turn brown fairly quickly. Okay. Oh, it's not as big as it looked at first. But yeah, have a look. This beautiful green with
it's
blue.
already going dark.
Yeah, you will, within a few seconds or minutes, it will turn very dark and ugly.
Yes,
and what's really impressive about these bosses is, wait, keep it still, is their dental. They have like the largest scary looking teeth. Would not want to get bit by that. Alright, so here's a snare we found, and the way it works is they have this branch that's bent down and it applies pressure pulling up on the snare. And then here's like a little path that mammals and stuff would use. Small animals will be coming past through here, and I'm gonna pretend that I am a small animal. And the moment that this happens, it springs up and the stick is now caught on the noose. We're gonna disassemble this snare. Probably best just to take the whole thing with and throw it away once we're back on the road. But yeah, disassembling snares. So I've just found this. This is a first. It is a successfully hatched snake egg. You can just see that leathery shell, the oval shape, typical of snake eggs. And the exit hole. Quite old already though, so this would have hatched a while ago. My guess would be like Xenocrophis triangularis or something like that. Alright, got another snake. A large Dendrolathus formosus. Harry's about to grab it. Gotcha. Possibly prettier than the last one. And bigger. Definitely bigger.
Good size.
Yeah, that typical long Dendrolathus tongue flick. Alright, I'm gonna go see where Rupert's at. Alright, so I've just got a really large Red Headed Krait cruising along here. Rupert, take the camera, I'm gonna catch it. Hold the camera, hold the camera.
I told you this was amazing. This was perfect habitat for them, man. Go for the tail, boss.
Got it. Right,
Awesome. Great spot, man. I was literally just telling Harry earlier that up here in the hills, the dominant krait species will be Flaviceps, and this is just like where I find them in Malaysia.
oh, it's going down a hole. No,
I think I should really put the video camera away for now. This is bossed.
No.
Rolling.
Alright, so we just got her out onto the road, and I'm pretty sure this is a female, possibly gravid. Not entirely sure about that, so I am going to be very gentle with her. I did feel some lumps, and you can see the scales are quite expanded near the back.
Alright, for this next part I feel I need to clarify some things. When I first caught this krait, I did notice it had some unusual thickness to it, but suspected it was just in the early stages of being gravid due to the extra girth only being present on the rear half of the snake. Unfortunately, this was not the case. It had actually eaten a recent meal, and by handling it, we unknowingly caused it to regurgitate. This is not harmful to the snake in any way, it's just a waste of a meal, and we obviously would have left it alone if we'd known this beforehand. I was considering cutting this sequence from the episode, but decided to leave it in for educational purposes. The reality is, sometimes these things happen, and it's a good reminder to be extra careful about handling snakes which may have recently eaten. Fortunately, it wasn't a total waste though. The red-headed krait is a rare species, and while it's known that they eat snakes, what species exactly they eat in the wild is largely unknown. We took thorough photos of the dead prey behind the scenes and recorded as much data as possible from the event, which we will publish as a natural history note shortly. Now back to the video.
Alright, well, Harold is walking up the road in the other direction, so we're going to bag this one up for a few minutes in order to show him. We'll get back to you when we do that. Alright, so whilst about to bag it, it just started, unfortunately, regurgitating another snake. There was no way we could have known it had recently ate, or else, of course, we would have left it alone, but at this point, it's too late. This is kind of annoying, but also something
It's massive Fucatus.
something interesting to see. That's kraits for you. They eat venomous snakes. And wait, there's remains of another snake in here as well. There's also the Fucatus has a Oligodon signatus in its mouth.
It must be this snake has eaten two snakes. That's what's happened.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
Look, here's the tail. Here is Oligodon signatus. Actually, right at the top of, but you can see the signatus is already like
Being digested.
partially digested, so this would have been an older meal. But despite this being really annoying that it regurgitated, at the same time, it's really fascinating to see.
That is fascinating. Like, even if this doesn't make it to your video, like, this is definitely worth like publishing something on. Like, 2 confirmed prey items of Bungarus flavaceps.
Alright, so here is the large Tremorosaurus fucatus that it regurgitated, which is still very fresh. And then here you can see the remains of the Oligodon signatus, which is another species I was hoping we'd see alive. We did find one last trip, but still. Alright, so while we were walking back looking for Harry, we found this very nice little yellowish orange morph, Ahitula prasina, which is a species we've actually not found in a while. And especially in the south of Thailand, these yellow ones are not that common at all. Not much else to say about it, because it is a species I've covered in my videos countless times before. But yeah, very nice to get a yellow morph. These do come in green, gray, brown, and sometimes even like bluish, and of course yellow and orange. And this one I would say is like halfway between yellow and orange. Oh, and he's gonna jump, but he will just crawl back up when he's left alone. Alright, let's go find Harold. Alright, we found Harry now after literally like, how long? Like an hour's searching for him.
It was longer than that.
Yeah, it was longer than that.
You barely hooked.
But yeah, we've got him now, and we're ready to release the crate. Harry's just gonna get the hook. Okay, unbagging the boss.
Alright, tip that boss out.
Maybe get the other corner.
Yep. Nice one, guys. For some reason I had a feeling, but obviously that explains the camera as well.
Alright, well that was the worst reaction of a lifer ever. Thank you, Harold.
Hey, you can't see my face, I'm smiling, guys.
We've all seen it now, we've all taken photos, and it's time to release this beauty. At first I thought it was gravid, but now after it regurgitated, I'm fairly certain that it's actually not, and what I felt was just the snakes inside of it. So, because now all these lumps are totally gone and it looks normal. So yeah, beautiful large Red Headed Krait. I'm just going to put it right back in the trench where we found it. Just to let it cruise off. Alright, back to where it came from. Alright, so here we've got another interesting little herp. I hope it's not disappearing, but despite the way it looks, this is actually not a snake at all. This is a Caecilian, and there's a lot of species of these which often look very similar, so I'm not comfortable saying which species this is because I'm not entirely sure. But they are incredibly slippery and have wet skin like a frog or salamander, so I'm not gonna like pick it up, but I am gonna see if I can poke it to get a better look at it. Oh yeah, here he's coming out. Oh, and he's gone back in. There we go. A legless amphibian, which moves like a snake, but isn't. And these guys have really big teeth, too, for their little size. There he goes. Alright, so here we've just found this cute little guy, sleeping on the tree. And while I was looking at him, have a look what Moon spotted. She spotted this really big, glossy black millipede. I'm gonna probably avoid touching it a lot because some of them are poisonous. Or all of them, but some of them are dangerously poisonous. But I will put my hand there for size reference. That is giant. Alright, we didn't have any success up by the forest, so we switched up a bit. We're walking along a road now. And would you look at that? Another Caecilian. This time you're able to get a much better look at it. They have those little cute... oh, where'd he go? Faces. No need to move this guy off the road because this road literally gets zero traffic at night. We've been walking here for over an hour now and not a single vehicle has came past. So I can in good conscience leave this little guy on the road. Alright, I just spotted a snake I'm not sure what species it is yet. Oh, it is Parias margaritiforus. Interesting. I wasn't expecting to find this species here, but it is a species I have found many times before, the white-spotted slug snake. And these southern ones, as I've mentioned in other videos, have a much more beautiful orange color than the ones in central and northern Thailand do. Cute little snake. Anyway, I'm just gonna let him go. Rupert and the others have just caught up with us as well. So yeah. Marg.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. At first I got so excited, but then I was like, aww. Okay, well, he fell, but there he goes. Alright, snake number 2, and I am fearing it could be another mark, but I think this might be Parias Yes, it is! Awesome! Another new species for the trip, and this is actually very similar to Parias margaritiforus, which we just found, but this is Parias macularius, which is the much nicer, yet so similar version of it. These ones do not have that colorful spot on the back of the head, but rather they have that black and white, very cool pattern, and also you can see on the body that the pattern is just so much more vivid and defined than on margaritiforus. Very happy with this. I think I am gonna whip out the camera and take some proper photos. This is a large adult of the species, and they just, I don't know, they're so similar to the white-spotted slug snakes, but at the same time so much better. They're also rarer. I've only found this species once before. And this one is actually a lot nicer than the first one I've seen. Very happy with this. Anyway, I'm gonna hold on to this one till we rendezvous with the other guys, because I'm sure they're gonna want to see this as well. And then I will take some photos and release it. But for now, I'm gonna keep herping. Alright, so here we've got not a herp, but pretty cool hammerhead worm. You don't see these all that often, and I don't know why, I'm always like very intrigued by them every time I see them. Alright, enough time spent on this. Let's herp. Alright, another species we've found several of so far this trip, but for some reason I didn't get any video yet. And that reason is that I was never there when we spotted it. Rupert and the others, when they were off on their own, they found several of these already, but this is the first one I've actually seen on this trip.
Incorrect. I found several. Harold wasn't even there.
Oh, well, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know that. They've got these really stupid, no, I'm kidding, interesting looking pointy heads. There you go, and those little pink faces. And despite being so small, they do bite sometimes, and they can take like really big chunks out of you.
Yeah, they bite, they get their teeth in, they start chewing until they like tear the bit of flesh out. But yeah, pretty boss species if you ask me.
Cool. Well, are there any other groundbreaking facts we can tell the viewers about this incredibly lame snake?
Yeah, they eat earthworms.
Wow.
What else do I know?
I'm getting so tired, everything is just like ridiculously funny.
Yeah. I'm out of ideas.
They have scales.
They have no feet.
Alright, well we're gonna let this thing go and continue our fruitless search for the non-existent Avophis convictus. Another large snake. This is Boiga nigriceps. Very nice reddish color on this one. They're not always that nice. And it also has a quite nice greenish head. Yeah, I don't know what else to say at this point, because it's a species that we've found so many times before. And I'm sure you guys already know everything that I could possibly tell you about it. Very nice snake though, always happy to see these. Off you go. It's amazing how well Boiga can climb. Alright.